So what I'm going to do is slice this bud off of that stick, and I'll make a little slot in the tree, in the bark, and slip this under the bark. You saw that in the video before, how I was doing that. If you look at this, you can see a little dark layer right between the bark and the hard wood, and that's the cambium layer, and that's where all growing takes place. And we have to match this cambium, or touch the cambium on this bud. Of course, the back side of the bud will look just like that cut. And we have to make sure that that cambium touches the cambium on the tree, because that's where it's going to hook up and grow. One of the things that sets us apart from some of the other guys in the business that do this is I make that cut. I always slice completely under that bud and then pull out so that I've got a nice cut. This makes a complete, that cambium makes a complete ring all the way around, so it's a nice oval. A lot of guys will slice under the bud and then just rip that off, and what that does is that leaves a little place across here where across the top where there is no cambium, and then when it's healed into the tree, it'll heal in just fine and it looks good. But then next spring they'll come in and cut that tree off right above that bud and force this bud, it signals to the tree that this is the terminal bud now. It always sprouts first, the tops start to grow first, the top buds. So you make this the top bud, so it tells the tree, okay, this is the one that's supposed to go. So this starts to grow, and then over the course of the summer it may start to tip out or lean out because there's no cambium contact right here at the top, and then the wind can potentially break them out. So that's one thing that I teach my guys, and of course I don't have to worry about it. I've got Victor out here, he's an old pro. Anyway, that's what some of the guys do. You know, I don't know, they may save a millisecond by doing that, but I don't know. We get pretty quick at cutting that off and making that perfect oval without tearing at all. So that is the art of budding, and I love the art of budding. I like being able to do that. I like getting good at that, and I like racing the clock and seeing how fast I'm able to put these in the tree, and that gets to be kind of fun. The only thing that's not fun is the bending over part. I used to say I love the art of budding, I just don't like where it's located, because generally it's about 6 inches off the ground. Now this being some trees that have been grown already in the nursery, instead of just a rootstock, normally we would be just grafting on a rootstock or budding onto a rootstock, but in this case we're budding onto an established tree, so we're budding them up a little bit higher. We don't have to bend over and do it 2 inches off the ground. What I was going to say about that, I guess, is that it is awfully hard on the back, especially when you're doing it all the way down close to the ground like that. And I've always just bent over. I could never work on my knees. It hurts way more to lean sideways and lean over the trees than it does just to bend over and kind of hang there. So I've had, over the years, many people come out and watch us do this, and one of the things that they always say is, boy, I bet that's hard on your back. I suppose you get used to it after a while. And you know what? You never get used to it. I told a guy, yeah, it's kind of like if you bend over, somebody makes you bend over all day and then beats you across the back with a club all day long. I suppose you get used to it after a while. You know, you just don't. It hurts. But, you know, it's what I do for a living. It's my talent, I guess, and I've gotten pretty good at it, and I've stayed with it, and I'm still doing it after almost 40 years. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to do it. I've got some clients that tell me they're not going to let me retire, so we'll see about that. But anyway, that's the budding process, and I may video a little bit more about putting that bud onto the tree and about how that's tied in